everyone. Today we're just going to go over a few e-reader accessories. They're probably all things that you already know about, but just in case there's something that you maybe didn't think you needed, or like you don't really need any of these things, but it does make your e-reader experience just, you know, a little bit more comfortable sometimes, or you can just use it better in different situations. Like one e-reader accessory that I really like is this pillow. Like you can use it with regular books too, because it has these tabs that you can use to prop your book open, and it has this cushy back so you can rest it at an angle. I usually sit it on my lap when I'm watching TV or something, so I'll have a stable surface, because the e-reader that I'm usually using when I'm on it is the Kindle Scribe, so I can take notes at the same time without having it, you know, shifting around positions on my lap. It's just on this really sturdy table. And when I'm using my smaller e-reader, which is my Tab Mini C, to take notes, I do usually have it at an angle, and I use one of these tabs to just hold it in place. Sometimes I'll put it on one of these rubber edges so that I'm not at any risk of damaging my screen. But yeah, I'll just prop it up like that so I'll still be able to write. And in the same vein of this Kindle pillow, there's also these Kindle pillows. This one isn't very sturdy. I usually shop around on different sites before I'll buy something so I can get the cheapest one available. Why do you suddenly have to decide to walk over here? But yeah, I got this one off Temu for like $14. There are some on Amazon, Walmart, Target, TikTok, etc. They're usually all selling the same stuff. So you just got to look around until you find one that has prices that you like. But yeah, this one was $14. I find it's not very stable, but I usually have it on my little craft table over here, so I can have it propped to the side, and I'll put my Kindle Fire in it because it's a very lightweight. But yeah, I think I showed this in another video, but yeah, I'll keep my Kindle Fire in it, and I'll watch my dramas. Right now I'm currently watching Foundation, also Invasion. What's another show that I'm watching? I don't know. I usually watch sci-fi shows. I love sci-fi. So yeah, that goes in there very well. And you just adjust it with an Allen wrench. But I usually keep it on the tightest setting. I'll just use my elbow grease to like force it into position that I need it to be. Sometimes you just have to balance it out so that it leans back a correct way so it doesn't fall forward. But yeah, I keep the Allen wrench in here. There's a little zip pocket so you can take this off and wash it. Right here. But yeah, I keep it in there so I don't lose it. And this one is a smaller version of that. I find this one to be quite a lot more steady than that one is. And I'll just put my e-reader on it, sit it on my bed, and or like turn it at certain angles so I can read it comfortably. My phone, I'll stick it on there. This one is sturdy enough to hold one of the larger devices, as long as it's not heavier than an iPad. I think it'll be okay. Another stand, like I have a lot of stands because I don't know, just different use cases. I want to have my thing at a different angle at certain times. There are sometimes I have one in one room or another room. But this, it's a really easily portable one. You can like just fold it up, stick it in one of your bags to travel with, and it just clicks out like this. You can spread it as wide as you need to, and this leans back as far as you want. And you just pop your Kindle on there, and it sits like that. Let me see if I can show you by sitting on this pillow stand. But yeah, you can just sit it at whatever angle you want. You can just push this forward a little bit more so you can get a flatter angle on that. Or if you find yourself sort of hovering over it, because sometimes I do stand at my desk, but it doesn't get super high, and I can just lean it back pretty far, though I can just glance down at it and be able to read my book. And then you just snap it closed. All right, and another one that I have, another stand that I have is this little mini one. It comes with a remote that you can use as a page turner with any of your Bluetooth e-readers, not like a Kindle that you can only connect with headphones. But this, hold on, let me see. have another one of my e-readers right now. But you just pop it out and connect the remote and then turn the pages with these buttons right here. I find this a really good companion piece to my Boox Palma. And it's like magnetized, so it goes in there, stays in there very sturdily. And I've had this for a couple of months now and I haven't had to recharge the remote yet. And in the same vein of a remote that you can use to turn pages, I have, it's a Bluetooth ring. You just slip it on your finger and you pair it with this tab here. You just pop it in the corner, connect it remotely, turn on your ring, and then turn your pages. If you find that your remote is over your words, just go in, change layout margins, and make the margins more narrow so that you'll have the space for your clicker without covering up any of your text. Yes. Okay, and that one is for my Kindle e-readers. I forgot to mention that I also use this with my Boox e-readers. I will turn on Naviball, and then once Naviball is enabled, you can see these up and down buttons here. I'll just clip this to the side since I still haven't figured out down. We'll go to the next page. Yeah, I'll just put that on one of those and turn it on. Okay. And then we can just scroll down that way. And I think I have it set 20 to 80% so that it moves that much. And that way you're able to scroll through your webtoons from a distance. When I want to read my webtoons at a distance, that is what I will use this for until I can figure out a remote that'll just go, you know, bit by bit. And when it comes to my Boox e-readers, I can use, hold on, let me take these off. I just keep these in. You just put those in there. When it comes to my Boox e-readers, I use this little micro keyboard. Right now I have it connected to my Boox Tab Mini C. You can just turn the pages with a click of the remote. And this is in the Google Play Books app. It also works with my Kindle app as well as the Ereader app. Like there are quite a few apps that if you have like volume buttons or the option to use volume as a remote, volume as page turn, you'll be able to use this with it. Like I can use it with my phone too to turn the pages of my ebooks. And I also have it set so the middle button is play pause, so that if I'm listening to an audiobook,
emboldened by her praise, he offered the knotted cord back to her. I made it for you.
He was pause. And with my e-readers that actually have volume buttons where you can determine if you hold the button a certain length of time, the volume button, if I hold it longer than just, you know, a press, it will refresh the page. And I have it set that way on my Boox Palma. Oh yeah. And when it comes to holding your e-reader, of course, there is the option of these little straps. I really love these for the smaller ones where you can just slip your fingers through. I especially use it on e-readers that I don't plan to write on. But with my e-readers that I need to write on, I can't have any sort of bulky item that makes it wobble around on the back. On my e-readers that I plan to write on, I don't plan to write on my Colorsoft, of course, but I do have like a MagSafe ring and you just attach a magnetic pop socket to it so that you can take it on and off, and keep your options open for laying it flat somewhere or holding it in your hand. And I really like having a pop socket for this one with the double tap feature for the Kindle Color Soft. This is the 32 gigabyte version, not the, I don't think you can double tap on the 16 gigabyte new version that they released for 2025. But yeah, on this model, you can double tap in order to turn the page, and I really like that. So that's what I use it with the pop socket for. And there's also these Ring magnetic pop sockets. I don't really like these because they hurt my hand, like when I have them attached. But they do lay flatter when you put them in like a Kindle sleeve or something. So those work really well for that. Okay. Oh, this is something else that I have. It's a double-sided magnet, and I use this for when I want to I'll grab my Kindle Fire, attach it to the back of that, and then I'll go ahead and put it on my refrigerator so I can watch something while I'm cooking. I think these are like $10, but yeah, they're really useful. It's really strong too. Like if you put it in one position, it won't like just suddenly drop whatever you have. It's a really strong magnet and really strong hinges. Another stand that I have is this stand that grips onto the edge of something. You can like attach this to your headboard. I keep this one on my treadmill so I can put my Kindle Fire on it and watch YouTube videos while I do my walking and my attempts at jogging. Oh yeah, and also with the Boox devices and a couple of the other Android-based e-readers, you can also use a Bluetooth keyboard with them. I can use this one. I also have a typewriter style one that I can prop up my e-reader and just type, you know. The typing goes a little bit, like it's not slow. Okay, I'm gonna just try typing in my notes app. Let me go to another page. Or in your notes app, you can just create a text notes style one. Let me change my font. And that way it's like a document that you can just go ahead and type directly into. Okay. Instead of, you know, opening a text window in the other notepad. On this device. See, it's not slow. Oh, I go. Go. Okay. It's not slow, but I think you can see the delay. But I think this is better than in my Docs app. But yeah, let me check that really quick. Okay, this is Google Docs, and I have it set on speed mode with my high contrast on, and I have the font size turned up really large so you can see the speed of typing. I think it's slightly more delayed than it was in the Notes app, but I think so if you want to write in your e-reader, this is a very good option in my opinion. And I feel like it's nicer to look at for a long period of time than typing on maybe your laptop or monitor. I'm going to go ahead and give it a try on my Books tab Mini C to see if there's any difference in typing speed. Well, input speed. Oh yeah, with my Android-based ones, I really like to have a USB-C flash drive. They do have, a couple of them have the option to attach an SD card so that you can increase storage. But if you want to quickly move files from one device to another, you can use either a flash drive, or you can use Boox Drop or Google Drive, anything like that, or connect it directly to your computer using a USB-C cord. and you can get any of your ebooks, new fonts, screensavers, anything, and just move it onto your device. To add new typefaces to your Kindle, because, hold on, because you can't, this isn't a font that comes with the e-reader. They usually come with about 8 fonts, I think it is. I added probably about 100. There's tons of space on these, and font files are really small. They're like OTF, TFF, whatever they're called, and these are all the different fonts that I have. And that way you have different options to add a different font to suit whatever mood that you are in, or that you feel that your book is in. And a lot of these just aren't practical, of course, but I have them on all of my e-readers in case I want to make a new screensaver or something. All you have to do is connect your Kindle to your laptop with the cord that comes with it. Some USB cables are just for charging, and others are for using as file transfer. It's usually a really safe option to go with the one that came with your Kindle. You just drop all of your font files into a file named font when your Kindle pops up on your computer. There are probably a bunch of tutorials around. Oh yeah, this is something else that comes in really handy because I'm constantly dropping things. So I usually like to keep my smaller e-readers that I carry on the go with me, like my Palma and my Basic. I usually like to have a wrist strap with them. I have a wrist strap on my phone too because I'm constantly just like stuff just falling, flipping out of my hands. But yeah, a wrist strap is really necessary if you've got sporadic grip that just, I don't know what's going on with that. I think I've covered just about everything. Oh yeah, Strapsicles. I usually don't use these, but they're having a sale on the Kindle Oasis ones, and these are the ones for the Kindle Oasis, and that's why they're kind of clinging onto my device like this. You see how it's all wobbly and it doesn't quite suit it, but I just, stretched them out a little bit because they were on sale for like $10, and they're shipping them out for free right now. So if you just go to the Strapsicle website and you don't mind the aesthetic of how it looks, they have a bunch of different colors still left. You can get these for like $9 now. And this way I'll still be able to write on my device without, having too much of an uneven surface on the back. And they're also having some kind of discount too. So I think they're getting rid of selling Oasis Strapsicles. They're at $10, and then you can get another percentage off if you sign up for the website, I think. So it like takes it down even further, and then there's the free shipping. So I'd go ahead and get some of those if you have a Kindle Oasis and you wanted a Strapsicle, because they're usually around $20 for these little things of rubber. I'm not gonna do that. I think I've used up all my breath and energy, and I think I covered just about everything when it comes to a Kindle accessory. And of course there's, little pouches and stuff. I've got to make another one for some of my smaller e-readers because the current one that I have is for my Kindle Scribe. Oh yeah, I also have this magnetic case for my Boox Tab Mini C. Like, there's magnetic cases. They now have clear back cases with magnetic attachments, so you don't always have to keep the front on. But I find that with a lot of the e-readers that you write on, these tend to interfere with the technology in some way, shape, or form, and makes the writing sort of inconsistent around the edges or where the magnet is the strongest. Because when I fold this back and I fold this back and it all attaches magnetically, this is the worst spot to write on. Oh yeah, and if you want to make really cheap inserts, all you have to do is get like a book of scrap paper, and those work perfectly for backings. I've got this insert used to be in my Palma case, and it's just a cut of scrap paper, and it looked really, really nice when it was in there. Right now I have it replaced with, I have this gold sort of wallpaper stuff, and I just covered that in some washi stickers, and it looks really nice. It's sort of similar to what I have going on with this one. Like, this is a gold wallpaper, and I have like scraps of it left, and I just used it for the backing. I thought it looked really nice. And these transparent stickers, along with these washi ones, they're slightly transparent, and it creates a sense of unity, I think, when they're not a solid bold white. And then this text, it came with the flowers. It's sort of like nonsensical words, but yeah. Oh yeah, and with these, if you want to listen to audiobook version, you of course have to have Bluetooth headphones or a Bluetooth speaker. And my Boox devices, they have speakers, so I can listen to directly or connect some Bluetooth speakers. And I noticed that when I was playing around with my phone Kindle app earlier, that there was an option to play. Hold on, let me see if that's, because I think it's a new feature in the Kindle app. I don't remember seeing it before. Because you like select it and then, yeah, play.
Water on my head. You look good, I offered, louder.
My speakers are covered up by
Better
these.
than anyone else in the carriage. Lord Fooey tutted again. How many times do I need to warn you about your tongue, Aaron?
Okay, that's it for today. Bye.